in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where outside we're looking at some nice sunny skies. Some of you, though, clouds. Others of you, a little bit of snow shower, snow flurry activity. But everybody has got that gusty wind, and it is just cutting right through you. If you've got to work outside, if you got to be outside at all for any length of time, be sure that you are dressed appropriately because it is very, very cold, and you could run into some real medical problems if you weren't prepared for all of this. We'll get into the weather in just a moment, and of course the farm program as well. But before we do all of that, why don't we touch base right now with Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Steve, what's going on in New York today?
Yeah, good morning, Terry. I've got more red than I'm proud of. But it's not bad red. Dow Jones Industrial Average right now is at 37,341. That puts it down 21 points, and the volume there is 291 million shares. The NASDAQ, is at 14,814, down 130, and the volume on the NASDAQ is, I had to punch it, sorry, 292 million shares. So it's not super heavy volume, down a bit, but it's lacking conviction.
The ticker tip. What do you think, Steve?
The ticker tip is, I kind of get tired of saying it, so you probably get tired of hearing it, and that is don't make moves and decisions every day. I mean, you must to a degree, but market's down 20 points, got to sell everything. Whoops, now I got to buy everything. You can't make buy and sell decisions based on one day isolated. Hopefully you assemble a portfolio that is put there to serve purposes that you defined over a long period of time. And true wealth is built by investing carefully over a long period of time. Time is the biggest helper to you. So short shifting things, not a good idea.
Yep. Got that right. For more information and a little one-on-one, how do we get a hold of you, Steve?
And you can call us right here at Baird & Company in Saginaw. The telephone number is 989-790-5724. Our Midland location is 989-893. Gosh, it just went out of my head.
It's been one of those days.
It is. I think I tipped my head sideways. I think the cold took it out. I'll spit it out. You can call here and I'll tell you how to get there.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
and that number is 799-790-5724, right?
Ours?
Yes.
790 or 989-790-5724.
You got it. And then somebody will come up with all the other numbers, right, Steve?
Yep.
You have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds great, Terry. Stay as warm as you can. Frostbite sneaks up on you.
It sure does. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Well, Steve alluded to it. As far as that weather goes, everybody's talking about it. Matthew, what do you have on the thermometer right now?
Well, over in Midland, there's light snow at 10. Over at the airport, we also have light snow at 10. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 10. We have southwest winds at 18, gusting up to 28 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.81, and it's steady.
We had a lot of folks flirting with that 0-degree mark as we went through the nighttime hours, and there were a few below zeros as well, especially up north. Now, Lenawee County, we had 2 locations that started off the morning below zero, Morenci and Tecumseh. Saline also looking at below zero. Linden in Genesee County was at 4 below. Durand was at 3 below. And over in Midland County, Auburn or Oil City was at 4 below zero. Auburn coming in at 0. Now, as far as northern sections, well, when you talk Sault Ste. Marie, you're talking below zero with weather like this. That's exactly what they had. We're looking at Engadine, that was 5 below zero. Gladwin, you were at 5 this morning. Glenny was at 2 below. 7 below zero in the Sioux. West Branch started off the morning at 3 below zero. What's going to be happening over the next couple of days? Not too much as far as temperature difference goes from what we saw today. We're going to try to warm up a little bit tomorrow, but then we'll fall right back into the middle teens for a high on Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll approach 20 degrees for a high. But all the way through this period, we're looking at nighttime lows pretty chilly. Now, tonight's not going to be all that bad. By the time it's all said and done, we should be looking at right around 15, 16 degrees, but it is going to take later this afternoon with the help of that sun and decreasing winds before we begin to see anything warmer. 14 for a low tonight, so not much temperature difference from the day to the night. Mostly cloudy skies. A weak low-pressure system is going to be crossing the upper peninsula, and it'll be dragging a front through, so that is going to generate some snow shower activity for us tomorrow. We're looking for a high tomorrow of 21. That front will zip through. The best chance of seeing measurable amount of snow will be in the southern third of the lower peninsula during the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night will only drop down to about 16. The difference is behind that front, we're going to see the wind direction change. It'll be out of the west tomorrow, maybe 7-8 miles per hour, so not really all that bad. And then tomorrow night, it'll be coming out of the north at about 7-8 miles per hour. So again, the winds will die down, much more palatable, but still cold than what we have been seeing. During the day on Friday, though, those north winds will pick up, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Pretty good chance of light snow through the day. The southern half of the lower peninsula will pick up anywhere between 1 and 3 inches of snow during the day on Friday. North wind gusting to 25, and it'll be calming down just a little bit on Friday night, clearing out after midnight with partly cloudy skies. 0 will be our low on Friday night. Then Saturday, partly cloudy skies, a little bit more in the way of sun, 20 for a high. Partly cloudy on Saturday nights with a low of about 7. Then on Sunday, partly cloudy, 22 for a high, 17 for a low. Then Monday and Tuesday, mid to upper 30s both days. Pretty good chance of rain shower activity moving in on Monday night, moving into the day on Tuesday. The chances of frozen precipitation, obviously Monday night. That low temperature on Monday night will be right around the freezing mark, if not just a little bit below that. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the end of January. Above average on the temperatures, above average on the moisture, starting off with this upcoming weekend. Record high in this state is 53. That was set back in 1913 and tied in 1952. The record low, 15 below zero, set in 1982. And 1982 was the coldest ever, January the 17th. Our high in that year was 1 below zero. That was our high. Our low was 15 below. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth and by the folks at Thumb Bank. And they present to you also the cash paying prices. And that's where we're going right now. First of all, Cody Harris at Star of the West. Cody, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Hey, not too bad, Cody. What's going on?
Well, we got definitely a mixed bag here in Chicago, almost completely opposite of yesterday. Kind of diving right into it right now. We got cash wheat, that's up 10, 552 on the white, 467 on the red. New crop wheat, that's up 5, 605 on the white, 525 on the red. And looking over at corn, just kind of getting into the green today here this morning. Cash corn's up 2 at 366. And new crop corn oil, I'll call that unchanged at the moment at 412. Then looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are down 16 at 1126, and new crop soybeans are down 8 at 1113.
And again, the reason why the markets are doing what they're doing, still the uncertainty with the weather?
Yeah, definitely, especially on the wheat front. That's kind of where every wheat's getting its strength today. It seems like these extreme temperatures and freezing and sub-freezings are definitely extending into the south. And some traders are at least thinking that some of the winter wheat crop could be at risk, which you're seeing a little bit of strength from them. But overall, more or less, there's a lot of outside factors as well affecting this market here today, Terry. It seems like, we got crude oils down. That's really hurting soybean oil, which is kind of pulling that whole soy complex down. Then equities are also leaking a little lower. So that's really kind of weighing, especially on the export side of things for corn and soybeans. So a little bit of outside factors and weather kind of what we're trading here midweek for sure.
Yeah. Cody, have a good one. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. You guys as well. Thank you.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. As we said, the market report brought to you by the folks at Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years, with 13 locations now in the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And Schaefer and Beerline, they've got those heavy-duty 23s and 24s there, ready to go. So if you're in the market for a new Ram 1500, a Ram heavy-duty pickup, ProMaster van, or a Ram commercial truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, it is the time now to see Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. We say good morning to Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Doug, what's happening?
Well, we got a couple indicators in today. Home builder sentiment was up this morning, and retail sales were stronger than expected. So that makes an interest rate cut maybe less likely a little bit. So that's got the dollar up a little bit. Interest rates up a little bit, 4.11 on the 10-year. So, yeah, that's kind of what's putting pressure negative on stocks and commodities in general. I love this one. Argentina is warning the United States to reject socialism.
Really?
My God. Really. That's like the pot calling the kettle black or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But that's in Davos, Switzerland. The World Economic Forum's going on over there. So they're chatting about things that are important to the world, like the obesity epidemic that we are facing currently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Hey, Germany is giving us a new company called They. They are debuting in, I believe, Arizona, but it's teledriving. Cars that are driven, like our drones, our drones that we fly over to the other countries and drop bombs. Well,
Yeah.
These are cars that are driven via the internet. So these people are driving cars from their cubicles in some warehouse somewhere. So that's kind of interesting. Wonder where they're going with that. And Jamie Dimon is sick of talking about Bitcoin. He said he hates it. Basically strips him of his power to manipulate the financial markets, along with the Fed's ability to manipulate the financial markets. And we'll see where that goes. So anyway, here's your numbers. The March corn hit a new low today, currently trading at 445 and a quarter, up 1 3/4. Little dead cat bounce there. July corn 465, up a penny. March soybeans 1211 and 3/4, down 15 and a half. July soybeans 1234 and a half, down 12 and a quarter. March wheat is 591 and a half, up 9 and a half, and July wheat 610 and a quarter, up a nickel. Crude oil kind of stable, 72.24, down 13 cents. Heating oil is 263.54, down 2.5 cents. Gasoline is 212.33, that's unchanged. Natural gas is 246 and a half, that's down a penny and a quarter. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.35.15 Canadian. That's up 23 ticks. The dollar buys 148.31 yen. That's up 113 ticks. Euros at 108.59. That's down 15 ticks. And their inflation numbers came in super high today. So, yeah, they're still in a lot of trouble. Their stock market traded off 1.6% today. So they got slammed. And the dollar is at 103.62. That's up 27 ticks. Gold is at 2013, down $17.20. Silver's 22.76, down 33 cents. Platinum's at 888.30, down $16.10.
All righty. You have a good one.
Okay, you too.
Thanks, Doug. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency. They invite you to come on out to Clearwater Farms tomorrow and Friday and take a look at that Organic Expo, because the Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. And they'll have their agents there to talk about any planning that you might want to get started with as you move into the 2024 planting season. Again, that Organic Expo is at the Clearwater Farms north of Carroll. That event kicks off tomorrow with featured speakers and trade show, and then trade show is on Friday, and we'll be broadcasting from the Organic Expo on Friday to tell you more about what's going on there. The Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency, dial them up. Their office number, 989-868-4722. We say good morning to Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, what should we be aware of right now with this cold weather?
Boy, I'm looking outside right now. It's bright and sunny here. I don't know if it is there, but on cold weather like this with a bright sunny day, and right now the sun is going from south to southwest, and that's where the sun's going to heat up bark on young tender trees, and it's cold and contracting on the north side, and it's hot and expanding on the southwest side, and that can cause some cracking on young trees. So that's one reason why newly planted trees get wrapped and whatnot, so that they can help insulate from this southwest injury. So next spring, if it happens, you'll notice a vertical crack on the trunk, anywhere from 8 inches to maybe 3 feet. And the trunk opens up and it's a wound. So we just have to keep the tree healthy. No reason to paint or tape it or do anything else. Just keep the tree healthy, keep it watered. But now are the days when that injury occurs, days just like today, cold and sunny.
Good information. Jerry, you take care. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Over we go to the Michigan Bean Commission right now. Joe Kramer's on the line with us. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Terry. Nice sunny day.
Beautiful sunny day. Now all we need is about 40 degrees more, right?
Yeah, that's probably true, but 'tis the season.
Yeah, it sure is. And it is 'tis the season, because you've got a meeting coming up.
We do. Thursday, January 25th, we're going to do our annual can opening. So, Terry, this is all of Scott Bale's research plots get harvested, and they actually can up that product. And next Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, Scott and his team opens all of those cans, and there's a group of professional graders that go through and help determine color retention, mushiness, if you will, in the can. How did the bean hold together in the can? And it's amazing the difference that genetics play in that canning process. So I think we're the only place in the country that provides that kind of service to our end users, and we've got a pretty good crowd lined up, and anyone that's interested in that's welcome to come.
I know that in the past, when I've seen the pictures and then been there, you're talking a lot of samples, Joe.
There is. I think last year we had over 700. Scott's actually worked pretty hard this year to par that down to about 300 of the top classes, top varieties, and the rest of them will be there if guys want to take a look at them. But he's kind of going to focus on highlighting the varieties that we plant, and if there's a true up and comer, you'll see that in there too. So anxious to see that next Thursday. We start at 9 at the research farm.
Now, who all usually attends this opening? Do we have canners? Do we have companies? Who do we have?
We do. Historically, it was shippers, right? The guys that process the beans. But we've always had a handful of end users that would show up. That's the case again this year. But we've actually encouraged growers to come as well nowadays. It's a great opportunity for them to understand why one variety may be preferred over another, even though it might have a little less yield. You end up with sort of looking at the whole package and what does the market want, what's the market asking for, and that's what growers should be planting. So growers still get paid on pounds, so yield is very, very important, but we have to produce a product that holds up well in the can as well. So we're trying to find that perfect balance.
All right, good information. It is interesting. Not everybody does this, do they?
No, it's been going on in Michigan for many, many years. We want to highlight it a little bit. We want to talk about it, brag about our infrastructure some, and this is a great chance to show off a little bit.
Yeah. Joe Kramer, always good. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. We're going to take a break, and then Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Up next, we have Bill Webster from Nutrien Ag.
But first, this.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. For the Caggianos, it's keeping their yard pristine with a John Deere Z530M Z-Track mower. Because for them, it's not just a yard, it's a brewery where friends and family can get together.
Jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
We're definitely outdoor people.
They run the only farm-to-pint brewery on Long Island, harvest their own hops, and keep things tidy for their guests.
People say, what are you? Are you a farmer or a brewer? So I say, I'm a farmer brewer.
When you love what you do, it's not really work.
Work and play kind of meld together for us, so it's like very satisfying to finish the giant tract of lawn and have it look beautiful when you're finished.
Run with us on a Z530M mower and start telling your story.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Benton, Lapeer, Arlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. If you need some tree trimming done or tree removal, well, Legendary Tree Care can take care of it for you because no job is too big or too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Farm Service also brought to you by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. Just give them a call, 800-234-3280, or go to steinertractor.com. We say good morning to Bill Webster from Nutrien Ag. Bill, what should farmers be aware of right now?
Well, the cold, I guess. I'd have them sit by the fire today and think about stuff. But
I think so. I think you're right there.
I think just continue their planning. Fertilizer prices are very stable. They kind of fluctuate up and down every week. They might go up on Monday and be down by Friday, but relatively stable. For crop protection prices are going to be less than last year, so that'll be a pleasant thing to look at. But basically, just start working on the plan, start working on equipment on warm days in the shop to get ready to go.
And stop by your friendly Nutrien location for a cup of coffee, right?
Exactly.
There you go. Bill Webster, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yep, thanks, Terry.
You bet. Bill Webster from Nutrien Ag. We'll be right back. The name of the game in farming is profit. And if you want to put more profit into farming, get the help and seasoned sound advice you need from the pros at Star of the West. Sure, the question of selling or storing your harvest is an important one. And Star of the West, with today's technology, can give you the up-to-the-minute information you need to make the right decision, one that certainly affects profits. That's just one reason why you should take your corn, your soybeans, any of your crops to Star of the West. The other is well-trained, experienced, knowledgeable people who are true professionals in agribusiness. Star of the West offers you stability that no other firm in the area can approach. This means that people who are in the same positions year after year get to know your needs better and in general know the business better. Since 1870, Star of the West has been and continues to be the one to trust. Star of the West, keeping the valley growing since 1870. Frankenmuth, Reese, Richville, Guerra, and Cass City. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They're ready to go when you're ready to go, Mr. Farmer. Get a hold of Vic Huffer over at he's a certified crop advisor over at Freeland Bean and Grain. And if you got any questions, Vic is there. He'll help you out and give you some answers. That's what it's all about with Freeland Bean and Grain. They've been giving answers to your questions since 1983. Serving you is their business at Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service also brought to you this afternoon by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Frankenmuth Credit Union, they can help you out as well. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their conveniently located offices and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW.